You are held captive. A prisoner of fate to a future that has been sealed in advance. This is truly an unjust game. Your chances of winning are almost none. But if my voice is reaching you, there may yet be a possibility open to you.
At the end of the day, go kill yourself, man.
This is how such idiocy ends.
What's up everyone, another day, another slay, and I hope yours is going okay. You know who has consistently not been slaying the last year and a half or so? QuantumTV. This man's life is like the icon of sin, where the longer he is on Earth, the worse it will become. Cause holy shit, he has somehow fallen even lower in the last 2 months. So what exactly happened lately? Well, I'm sure you know what happened. Late April, the news broke that QuantumTV got arrested for domestic abuse with an issue with his wife. His wife wanted to leave him, he wouldn't let her leave his house or some shit like that, so she called the cops on him. Throughout all of this, he threatened to kill himself in Elden Ring, but he didn't, and his wife left him, making him really and truly maidenless.
Hit or miss, she took the fucking kids, yeah. Now I'm crying, don't have no will to live, yeah. Gonna take my car and drive off of a bridge, yeah. They gon' find my body, put me in a ditch, yeah.
So this entire last month and a half, Quantum has been seemingly out of his house and living in like a hotel or some shit. So not only is he maidenless, he's houseless, and goddamn this shit is affecting him. It was so funny. At first he made like videos denying these claims by the commentary community that, oh, he wasn't arrested, those pictures were photoshopped. His wife never left him and still loves him. But somewhere along the line, he had a bipolar attack and went on a spree telling everyone what happened to garner as much sympathy as he could. And some people did have sympathy, but the rest of us who had to deal with this shit for like a straight 4 months last year, hell nah. Maybe if he wasn't a complete bitch, we would garner some sympathy for him, but obviously that's not the reality we're living in. Plus, I don't really give a fuck about someone's personal life unless it helps me in some way or provides me some entertainment value to me, which goddamn, the entertainment from Quantum's personal life is god tier. And of course, the memes that have come out of this situation have been fucking hilarious. So he deleted this community post, but I swear I'm not lying here. So he put up this picture with the quote, "You all have no idea how much pain I'm in right now." And then he put this up as his next community post with, "Still trying to smile." I don't know, man. Me, when I was off my ass and was told to smile on New Year's, I think did it much better, but that's just me personally. But yeah, the meme potential for those two pictures has like infinite potential. And then of course there's the classic mugshot we have. And yeah, that's about everything I feel like talking about leading up to now. Basically, the dude has been in a constant cycle of trying to return to normal content, realizing his life is a complete failure and only exists as a joke on the internet, and returning to crying on the internet begging for people's sympathy. But after his first round of begging for sympathy on YouTube, and the amount of clownery he got for that, he surprisingly learned from his mistake and stopped begging for sympathy on YouTube, and instead went to TikTok to do it there. And it's fucking hilarious. His entire page is just a bunch of incel shit like, oh, women don't respect men anymore, we need to take that respect back, and other shit. And it's like, you know what? I'm beginning to see why this dude got arrested. So, enough talking, and let's see what TikTok has shat out today.
It's their loss. Nah, bro, this was the person I was supposed to marry.
Bro, shut the fuck up and move on. Holy shit. I can tell I'm gonna be saying that a lot during this video, but like, for real, as someone who's been through like more bad breakups in the last year than even some of the adults I know of, which I'm not even an adult yet, you're making yourself even more depressed moping around with what could have happened. It's a canon event, bro. And that stuff doesn't just go for Quantum either. This shit goes for losing anyone, not only like a lover or some shit like that, like a friend, a family member that died, anything like that. The longer you sit around feeling sorry for yourself, the longer your recovery is going to take. Also, yeah, his account has a lot of reposted TikToks on it, which I still want to talk about them because they're still really fucking funny to me. Receiving old messages. Rookie mistake number 1, motherfucker. Possibly the worst one you can make when you're trying to get over someone. Do not, and I repeat, do not look through their old text messages. That is the worst possible thing you could do. If she leaves you, delete those text messages and move on.
Instead of actually sitting down and working on your relationship and communicating with the person that you're with.
Many people have no idea how true this is. So, Snapchat being one of the most evil apps, I think.
Bro. He thinks it's Snapchat's fault that his girl turned him into a cuck. What the fuck is this shit? Nah, Snap is nice because it's perfect for nudes. Wait, what?
For this, where girls typically go on anonymously, have some guy that they're talking to, some person secretly, and then of course it's an auto-delete app, so you don't know what's happening. All the while they're getting the attention, the adulation. They cheat on you whenever you upset them, or they feel like the relationship is over, or realistically they emotionally check out, because Lord knows that if you've been in a long-term relationship, they're not going to put in the work. Instead, they're going to blame shift and not realize that it's a relationship, and it took two people for the relationship to break down and get to a point where it's not good.
Quantum, once again, quit bullshitting. Obviously, we haven't seen the full story of your relationship from the inside, but I'm very much willing to bet from our encounters with you from the last year or so, along with the statements your ex-wife made with the people of the commentary community. Neither one of you is innocent, especially you, because for the lack of a better term, you are a crazy-ass motherfucker.
And so two people need to work on it. Usually it's just the guy that sits there begging and pleading and trying to work things out, and the girl kind of has no interest in it because she's emotionally unavailable and shut off, and she uses all this crap on social media like my body is rejecting you bullshit.
I don't even know what the fuck this is. I tried looking it up, but I found nothing, so I'm assuming it was like she didn't want to have sex with him at one point. Okay, the fuck is wrong with that? Once again, sometimes people in relationships don't always feel up to sex. Seriously, how the fuck did you guys stay in a relationship for this long if you're having fucking problems with her saying she doesn't want to have sex with you right at the moment? The fuck?
And instead of sitting there and asking how she got there and what happened, listening to his feelings and her feelings and coming up with a solution, you know, you'll run into situations where the guy needs to change, and if he won't change, she'll just leave. She'll block him on everything. She'll go this new thing that these girls are all into nowadays, which is no contact, which is the most hateful thing a woman can do.
What?
Be so fucking for real right now. Yeah, the most hateful thing a woman can do is cutting you off because she needs some time to herself. The fuck? What if her mental health isn't good and she needs to be alone? What if she straight up doesn't feel comfortable around you? I mean, she must have called the cops on you for a reason, and you're saying she's being hateful for protecting herself? The fuck? This is what I fucking mean. These relationship issues he's been going through have turned him into a fucking incel.
And it's just always spiraling towards leaving, listening to their friends talk in their ear, all their single friends that are miserable. You know, hey, leave him, he's bad. Oh, do what you want. Oh, let him kill himself.
More advice. Your man or woman ever tells you while you're breaking up with them that they're going to kill themselves in Elden Ring? Yeah, dump their ass right there. That should be the final nail in the coffin, because that is one of the most manipulative things a person can do and is very revealing of their inner character. And even if they do really mean it, and even if they really do mean it, they are clearly not in the right mental state to be in a relationship at the moment and need serious help, because the fact that they are trying to make you feel some responsibility of their life that you no longer want to be a part of is honestly fucking disgusting and unacceptable.
All this stuff, these women are poisoning these girls, and they let it happen because, truth be told, it's easier to do that than to actually put the work in, just like she's saying. Because at the end of the day, who wants to work, right? You get fatigued. It's easy to pretend like the grass is greener on the other side, but you know what? It's just like this. When they go and they get with a new person, they're going to realize that that person that they're with wasn't with them for the 10, 11, 12, 15, 20 years that they were with somebody else. And so they don't have all of those years to figure out how that person is. And if the woman never changes, she's going to end in the same exact spot. She doesn't think long term, she thinks short term.
So that's her own fucking problem. Once again, if she left you and starts to regret it, you have absolutely nothing to worry about because that's her own fault.
And the problem with this is that eventually that guy is going to burn out. He's going to get fatigued. And when that happens, the relationship is going to break down in the exact same way. She's going to end up in the exact same spot. And then guess what's going to happen? She's going to remember the guy that went further than anyone for her, that did the most for her, that did the most outlandish, ridiculous stuff that most people wouldn't even believe he went through.
Yeah, keep telling yourself that, man.
But at the end of the day, it'll be too late because she has already tainted herself, cheapened herself as a person by sleeping around. And at the end of the day, the guy had no choice but to suffer in silence through no contact and the anxiety that creates. But again, it all starts with not wanting to put the work in because of stupid little social media apps and thinking the grass is greener on the other side, when in reality, there's no such thing as greener grass.
I mean, unless they have more money than you, of course.
Just a lazy person that gave up, caught the quits, and didn't want to put the work in.
If he wants to change, he would've. Give me a break.
How many times are we going to watch these women gaslight us by telling us, oh, if you want to change, you would have? What is she trying to change?
I don't know, maybe she really does love you, but like one thing about you makes her uncomfortable. Like Quantum, we all know this except maybe yourself, but you are not perfect. Nobody is. There is no perfect relationship.
For the relationship. I mean, a relationship is two people working together, and all we ever see is how it's the guy that needs to change.
I don't really see that. Maybe it's because I'm fucking gay, and honestly, it's a completely different way gay relationships work over straight relationships. But there are times where the girl needs to change in her relationship too. And if they both really care about the relationship they're in and are honestly meant for each other, then they will change.
He needs to be sorry, he needs to repent, he needs to beg for forgiveness, but what is she doing to fix the relationship outside of changing him? It seems like the only thing that a woman is willing to change in a relationship that I've seen on TikTok is either the guy she's currently with or her underwear, because outside of that, it doesn't really seem like there's any accountability or like self-reflection at all. It's just like gaslighting. It's like, he's the problem, he clearly has to change it, and if he doesn't, then just leave him and go no contact.
Yes, once again, if you are so fucking stuck up that when your partner calls you out on your bullshit and their complaint is valid and even just asks you to change and you refuse to, they absolutely should be leaving you.
That's not healthy, and honestly speaking, that's why relationships don't work out, because girls are too busy having their back pocket guy, right? The guy on Snapchat, the guy that they have getting the attention from instead of focusing on their relationship.
Cuck. There is no comment here, I just thought it was funny.
Don't talk to this person anymore. Delete their messages from your phone. Don't text them.
Now, this is just an unpopular opinion, but I don't think you should ever take this advice for one reason. Don't let them change you.
Oh my fucking god. I'm done. I'm fucking done. How did a motherfucker as clearly as toxic as this man ever get into a relationship? Don't let them change you. No, that is the exact opposite of what you should be doing. Because if they broke up with you, there was clearly something wrong in their relationship. And if they tell you it's something you did and exactly what it was, or God forbid multiple things, you should look at what you did with a closer eye and see what you can do to fix it. And deleting their messages just helps you move on from them. If you are stuck in the past, nothing will ever get better for you, and you're just gonna be fucking miserable for the entire rest of your life.
The most beautiful thing about you is that you can be hurt, you can be stepped on, you can be abused, you can be treated like garbage and come back to that person, love that person wholeheartedly.
No? I think that's just fucking Stockholm Syndrome. You know what that reminds me of, and is giving some incredible irony right here?
You guys literally sound like abuse victims, right? Like you're in a really shitty relationship and that's just how it is, man. You know, you just take it on the chin, man. It's how it is.
1 year later.
The most beautiful thing about you is that you can be hurt, you can be stepped on, you can be abused, you can be treated like garbage and come back to that person, love that person wholeheartedly. And it doesn't mean that you're being a fool or you're being stupid. It means that you loved them truly and you gave your all and you still continue to do that. You still were the good person that you are for yourself. And by not compromising your character, you don't let them win.
What? What are you on, motherfucker? How is moving on compromising your character? They don't love you anymore. Staying around and praying that they're gonna come back is fucking creepy. Also, side note, shave your chest hair. Holy shit, no wonder she fucking left you. You can't even bother to clean your own body, goddamn.
And I think that's the hardest thing to remember in all of this, because the emotions fly wild. You're angry, you're hurt. But at the end of the day, deleting them and acting like them means that you had to stoop down to their level, and they got that out of you. Don't let them beat you. Be yourself.
Yes, and what's best for yourself is to move on. Moving on is not weakness. If anything, it's strength, because it takes effort to do so.
Person that you're so hurt over right now was a complete stranger, and you had a full-on life without that.
Bro, that's just simply not how it works, man.
I mean, yeah, the way people move on works differently for other people, but still, moving on is all the same and a necessary step for the healing process for a relationship.
You can't just look at somebody and say, oh, you know what, at one point I had no idea who you were. I don't care because you're a stranger. When you are with somebody, especially in a long-term relationship, I myself am getting out of an 11-year marriage. You can't just apply that as like oh, well, you know what? She'll be a stranger again. She'll never be a stranger. I know what it's like when she's sad, when she's hurting, how she feels in the morning.
That's, not normal.
Know what that breath means when she's uncomfortable and how to make her happy. I know every little thing to do after 11 years, and putting in that work and wanting to put in that work, and the person pulling away from you, going into no contact, ignoring you, ghosting you, blocking you on every social media because they got tired of putting in work, trying to solve the difficult problems. That's the part that this doesn't work, bro. You can't just say, you know what, one day she'll be a stranger. You'll always wonder how she's doing.
I mean, if you're a fucking crackhead, yeah.
Wonder if she's okay. You'll wonder if you did the right thing by her by not fighting for her.
Yes, you did. Because when someone breaks up with you, fighting for them is essentially just fighting them. Because it's their mind that doesn't love you anymore, and you can't control that in a healthy way.
You always have to wonder. And I understand that every day she wakes up is a choice to live without me. But at the end of the day, I didn't make that choice for myself. And I think that's the part that goes missed when you make these videos, man.
Okay, I'm gonna sound like a complete asshole for saying this, but this is all just really fucking funny to me. So apparently his daughter died too during all of this, which, you know, yeah, that's fucking sad. Nobody deserves to go through any of that shit. But the fact that the way you grieve your own fucking daughter's death is to start crying, and then in the middle of crying, take out your phone and record yourself crying and post that video to fucking TikTok for sympathy points is absolutely hilarious to me. I'm sorry. Anybody who records themselves crying and posts it no matter what the fuck they are crying over, I can't take seriously. Like, this video is honestly in really poor taste too. Like, your fucking daughter died, but you dedicate your whole TikTok account to complaining about your ex-wife, and your one video about your daughter is you just crying with some sad music in the background? The fuck? Like, why not make a memorial video for her or something? I don't fucking know. Anyways, I'm done with this shit. Quantum, like, seriously needs help when it comes to this shit, and honestly, from the looks of it, was never ready for a relationship in the first place if this is how he reacts to it all going to shit. When it comes to relationships or divorces, the best thing to do is honestly to look at it as like the 5 stages of grief. Look at it as the person you were in love with just like fucking died. Personally, that's what works for me, and I genuinely do hope Quantum gets better, because right now he's not making any other shit content aside from just not understanding how the grieving process works. And the sooner he gets better, the sooner he goes back to making shitty game/movie reviews, and the more content I have to make. So I'm done here. If you liked the video, make sure to like, subscribe, join my Discord, follow my Twitter. If you really liked the video, you can give me money by becoming a member. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you all have a great day.
No maidens. Skill issue.